All right, so here we go. Now, in the previous video, I ended with the algorithm that Zolar had basically created, and Hydra, the current members of Hydra, had uploaded into the new helicarriers that Shield have been creating, and basically they're meant to target. Now, of course, the good members of Shield don't know that this algorithm exists. They don't know that it's part of the program. But it's meant to target all of Hydra's enemies, all of them. And apparently they have a lot of enemies, or they think they have a lot of enemies, because they're talking in the millions. So they plan on killing a lot of people. You know what I'm saying, with these things. So basically, they go back to the base, the Shield base. It's Captain America, Falcon, and Black Widow. And I didn't talk about the Falcon yet, so let me spend a little bit of time on him. He really didn't do much throughout the movie. You saw him in certain scenes, like you see him at the beginning of the movie, and then you kind of see him in the middle again, and then you see him in his outfit, with the wings and everything. Towards the end of the movie, it's definitely the second half of the movie though. So, he has a good costume. It doesn't look bad. I think the glasses, well, not glasses, but the visors that he has on, they're kind of big and bulky looking. But other than that, he's not wearing red feathers, so so that's a good thing. But his action sequences, of course, weren't as good as Captain America's. Captain America is the main hero of the film. He got taken down by the Winter Soldier at the end of the movie. Actually, it was one of the action sequences. I want to say it was like the fourth one, where they're taking Sitwell, who had given them some information. After they found out that he was a double agent, basically. And they're driving on the highway, and the Winter Soldier rips him out of the car. Not Falcon, but rips Sitwell out of the car and throws him in front of a big semi truck going in the opposite direction. So he's dead now. But so that starts a whole new sequence, and at the end of that action sequence, Captain America, Falcon, and Black Widow get captured, and they eventually get saved by Agent Hill, I believe, who's Fury's second in command, and she rescues them and takes them to this other place where they see that Fury's alive, and Captain America says, we need to get rid of Shield, because Nick Fury's still trying to figure out how he can salvage Shield, because they know it's so infiltrated now, and by now they know it's Hydra. And Captain America's like, no, we need to destroy this thing. And I don't know how that, because as far as I know, they actually do that. Because at the end of the movie, Samuel L. Jackson, not Samuel L. Jackson, but Nick Fury continues to fake his death. He reveals himself to the main villain who orchestrated his death and tried to frame him. So he knows that he's alive, but he gets killed anyway. He's the main villain, and when he's dying or about to die after Nick Fury shoots him, he says "Hail Hydra." So now eventually they all, for the final battle, they all go back to the Hydra. I mean, it might as well be called the Hydra base, but the Shield base. And there's sort of like this uprising where you see the good members of Shield fighting against the Hydra people who have been fronting as Shield members for all this time. That whole thing that I just said with Nick Fury and Nick Fury and Alexander, that happens, and then of course the main battle between Captain America and the Winter Soldier. And you know, the Winter Soldier, he doesn't have any special abilities or anything like that. He's just basically another soldier, but he has a metal arm. And you know, Captain America gets to the point where he's like, no, like you know, your name is Bucky Brooks or what I think that's his name. And of course, he doesn't remember because Hydra's been screwing with his mind and wiping his memory and erasing his memory and stuff. So, but he has Captain America on his back, and he raises his fist, and he stops. You know, so there are some memories that are still there, and he eventually, Captain America like falls out of the helicarrier, and you see at the end of the movie, you see the Winter Soldier dragging him out of the water, and walking off into the distance. So obviously he left him alive, and now that his handlers are dead, you know, the Winter Soldier is an assassin for hire basically. He's a loose cannon now. So you know, he's not dead at the end of the movie, so they keep him alive, obviously for Captain America 3. And that's pretty much how it ends. Like, you see at the very last scene, you see Black Widow being questioned in front of Congress, because I'm sure like all of this information is now coming out. You see Nick Fury, Captain America, and the Winter Soldier. Nick Fury, Captain America, and the Falcon and Black Widow at this fake funeral for Nick Fury, or this fake gravestone at a graveyard for Nick Fury. So Nick Fury saying he's going overseas because he doesn't think, you know, all of the Hydra you know, agents have been, you know, snuffed out basically, and he thinks there's still some, you know, that are out there. Obviously, they are. So there you have it. You know, it's a good movie. Like it's like I said in the other video, it's probably the only other movie I would say is on the level of Captain America 2 is, you know, Marvel movie, not counting DC for Man of Steel, but is X-Men 1. Like Hulk 2, the last Hulk that they made was good, not the first one, but the last one. And that's, I mean, there are some decent ones, like Wolverine was good. Wolverine wasn't a bad movie. I don't consider it, you know, one of the best, but it's not a bad movie. So we'll see where this goes, and I want to see what's going to happen on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Monday or Tuesday. So you guys make sure you pay attention to that too, and check me out later.